This old man, he played one. He played knick-knack on my thumb with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
Welcome to Vice Vicious, spoiler-filled, foul-mouthed comic book podcast where we talk about comic books. I'm Sly.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Daryl.
I'm finally back for some edgelord shit.
Yeah, you missed a treat. Now we're getting to the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't like this? You didn't like this book we read?
What book did we read?
Old Man Logan.
We talked about it in another comic. I don't remember which. And we also
Civil War
in the
2, I think.
Yeah, and the movie Logan kind of, I think, draws some
Inspiration?
Yeah, it's
inspiration
just
from it.
like it.
Very little. Logan is old. That's the only thing literally that's from the book.
Oh,
you
and he's
know-
going on a trip?
And he's a man.
Yeah.
So the premise of the story is Logan is an old man and he's in the future, and he given up being Wolverine, and superheroes are taking over the world. And
Yeah, that's
Not superheroes, supervillains.
the supervillains
yes,
taking
yeah.
over the world is like the most important part, I think, of the story, because it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like a dystopian story.
exactly.
It's honestly like Mad Max at times. Like it's a really fucked up dystopia where there's just like gangs roving around the country, just killing random people and stealing their stuff.
Yeah, supervillains are landlords, so they're like, you have to pay rent or we murder you. Alright, so it opens and it's with Wolverine walking off.
Not Wolverine, Logan.
No, he sees and like talks to his family, and they're talking about how they're going to be able to make rent for the banners, since this is Hulk's territory and Hulk's family's territory.
Yeah, Hulk's apparently a bad guy in this universe.
My
Well,
family.
it does try to reason that the gamma rays got to his head and made him crazy. So
And
it's
then
like,
he went crazy, but he got more control of the Hulk than he did what he was saying. That makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah. So all the stuff about his family is revealed later in like this weird exposition dump from Bruce Banner. But yeah, basically he keeps having sex with She-Hulk, his cousin, because she's the only one who can keep the pace. And they just keep having like lots of inbred babies, and now they're like the gangsters of this. They're in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so Logan's with his family, and they're sitting outside when the banners come, and they're all like they're pretty ugly, big, bulky, green people.
Yeah.
And they say like your rent's late, and he says I'll give you more next time. And so they decide to rough him up. Anyway, Logan gets beat up, and then old man Hawkeye is there to see him, and Hawkeye's blind for some reason. And
Yeah.
he's like, I want you to help me. I have a package that I want delivered to New Babylon on the East Coast, and I want you to do it because you're the Wolverine. And he's like, don't call me that. My name's Logan. Anyway, he hugs his family and leaves, and they get in the Spider-Mobile.
This is the only way he can pay the rent is to go do this
Yeah.
quest.
Yep.
So they take the Spider-Mobile.
Which I was like, oh, okay.
This is weird tone.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
This is
I
weird
didn't-
tone in the story. Because Spider-Mobile was in the Spider-Man story. Like Johnny Torch made it from the Fantastic Four made it for Spider-Man. But it was like a joking story where Spider-Man drove on walls with it and shit like that. It was like a goofy story. And the story is going for like this dark dystopia, but then it has like these goofy shit come in. Goofy shit from stories that are meant to be jokes. And like what are you doing, really? Yeah,
So they're driving along, then Hawkeye's like, watch this, and then he drives off a cliff because the Spider-Mobile's durable. And then they arrive in the city, and they decide to check out the buildings to see if there's survivors. And they go in there, and then they meet, like, there's Ghost Riders, which is
it's a biker
people
gang.
with Ghost Riders bikes, but not Ghost Rider? I don't know how this works.
I don't know either. They don't explain
It didn't matter because they were there for like one panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fight Logan. They're there to beat him up, and he's like, "No, I won't beat you up. Like, I love you guys." Well, he doesn't say I love you guys. It's like I refuse
I love
to
you,
fight.
man.
I refuse to fight at the cost of my own life. So then Hawkeye's like, "Well, I'm blind, but I can still show you
Kill
what I
everyone.
can do." Yeah, and
Well, he still has like super senses. Like he could hear everything. And
yeah, he brings this up every time he fights. He's like, "Keep making noise." So he kills all the guys, and he's like, I can't believe you would do this, Wolverine, that you wouldn't fight. And he's like, my name's Logan. So they're driving around like the different destroyed cities. They go to a place called Hammerfall, which used to be Las Vegas. And it shows you it's like where Thor's hammer fell into the ground. And then they meet Ultron 8, who is married to Hawkeye's ex-wife, who is Spider-Man's daughter.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fucking family relation.
They go and meet Ultron and Hawkeye's ex-wife, and she's like, "Do you know our daughter took off to go and fight like the landlord of this place, which is Kingpin?"
Also, Hawkeye's ex-wife is Peter Parker's youngest daughter, so that is a pretty large age gap, because Hawkeye's older than Peter Parker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was wondering. I was like, this is a little skeevy,
This whole
isn't it?
shit for like fucking like the end of Harry Potter when it's like Albus Dumbledore, Severus Potter, and it's like all this fucking fanfiction bullshit that shouldn't be in the fucking story.
Anyway, they have to go save their daughter, which is she's clearly like Spider-Woman because she's dressed up in the Spider-Man outfit.
We get to the stadium where they said Hawkeye's daughter went off with 2 other superheroes, and they were calling themselves Punisher and Daredevil. So these 2 kids who are like, we're Daredevil and Punisher reborn, are in like a coliseum, and Kingpin, who's the ruler of this land. And basically, there's just like a coliseum where they have velociraptors. For some
Yeah.
reason.
They're imported from the Savage Land. This is
And
important.
they let them eat the Punisher and Daredevil while they're chained up. So then Hawkeye's daughter is sitting in the cell. She's cocky looking because she knows she's gonna get rescued. They drive on the side of a building
Because the
into
Spider-Mobile
wall.
can do this.
Yeah, Kingpin comes in and literally Hawkeye's daughter just takes a gun and decapitates him by smacking the gun into his
Oh, you're
neck.
right. Yeah, it's a shotgun.
So anyway, she decapitates Kingpin, and then she basically is like, "I'm gonna kill my dad too." So she's gonna kill Hawkeye.
It's because
and
she's
"What?"
like, you thought I was a hero, but I'm actually a villain.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to
gonna
be
act-
the next Kingpin.
So Logan's like, "Oh fuck, I have to help out now," because he just sat in the car and watched this whole thing happen.
Yeah, with his arms crossed.
Yeah, so he drives in, saves Hawkeye, drives away, and then he's like, fuck my daughter. And then they they fall into.
Okay, she's Logan says, "Moving, please, fuck my daughter for me, please."
No, I meant fuck, comma. My daughter is a villain. So they go to a bar, and they're talking about their feelings, and he's like, "Oh, my daughter is. I screwed it up," and Logan's like, "My life went to hell too, but I really, now that I have my kid and my kids and my wife, they're the only thing I care about, and I don't want to die." And he starts crying, and then some guys are like, queers, and then
It's basically literally that.
basically,
Guy,
and then Logan's like, "I'll fucking kill you," and then he leaves the bar.
Like,
and then,
this scene is so awkward because he's like, I never want to harm another living creature. And then someone's like, hey, Logan, you gay? And he's like, I'll murder you! So now we get Logan's backstory, why he won't pop his claws anymore. So it flashes back to he's with Jubilee in the, like, X-Mansion, and all the supervillains in the world just burst through the wall. And I think it's Doc Ock is like, have you realized that every superhero has like 30 villains? So we're all just teamed up now. We're gonna murder everybody. We've already murdered like all the superheroes. So
What?
Wolverine is like, first they kill Jubilee, and Wolverine is like, oh, kids, get back, because he's with, he's in the X-Mansion with all the kids and everything. And he's like, don't look back, and he super like brutally murders all of them.
and he keeps calling for help for the other X-Men. He's like, "Where's Cyclops? Where's Storm?" And he's fighting like 1,000 villains just pouring in.
Yeah, and then he even Bullseye, the Daredevil villain, he fights with him for 90 minutes, and they just keep taking chunks out of each other. But then it's revealed that it was actually an illusion created by Mysterio.
how did he
That's right.
fight with Jubilee for 90 minutes but kill
That's
all the
my
other
question.
X-Men?
This whole premise is dumb. Because this assumes the X-Men have never fought Wolverine when he was in a feral rage. They say, your friends will hold back while you're in a feral rage. Almost all these X-Men can kick Wolverine's ass. Like, it's a fact. I'm sorry, Wolverine fans. Fucking Scarlet Witch can kick Wolverine's ass. Polaris, who's Magneto's daughter, who has magnetic powers, can kick Wolverine's ass without even trying.
It's one of those things that I thought it was a cool reveal because I'm like, Wolverine kills his friends, but
It's a good twist.
he could kill like 2, but
He
like
killed
the fact
two of them before. Like, that would be a cool twist if he helped kill even, like, Jubilee and,
Yeah.
Like, that would be a cool twist. But he kills everyone.
he actually kills all of the X-Men.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
2-page
everyone.
last page of all
Fucking
the X-Men
Storm
guys.
controls the fucking weather.
And then they get to New Babylon, and the delivery. This is actually what I think is pretty cool, because this whole time Wolverine's been like, "Are they drugs? Are you just like a drug dealer?" And Hawkeye's like, "Don't ask me this. It just reminds me of how far I've fallen." But then they get to New Babylon, and the delivery is actually 99 doses of the super soldier serum. That some guy that looks like fucking Laurel,
Hitler.
looks like Hitler, but he also looks like which one's the fat one in Laurel and Hardy? Laurel. Hawkeye's like, I'll do this under one condition. I want to be one of the super soldiers. Like, I want to be a.
Because the idea is there's 99 people in a rebel alliance that are going to take the super soldier serum, become superheroes, and try to take back the world from the villains.
Yeah.
So this is apparently like a rebel guerrilla force that he's supplying. So you're like, oh, he's not selling. Well, he's selling drugs, but he's selling like Good drugs.
Yeah.
Good drugs.
And then it's revealed that it's a setup.
Oh no,
and
Hitler betrayed him!
Yeah. Red Skull, who's the president, he has his ear in every room in the city. So they shoot Logan a bunch of times, and then they shoot Hawkeye in the head, and they're like, fuck you, villains always win.
Alright, so Hawkeye's dead, Logan's captured. They take him to the fucking White House.
It's also interesting that Red Skull in the White House has like a display case of, it's not, he's wearing Captain America's mask, but he has a trophy from each of the villains.
Yeah, he has a map of he has a big map of the electoral map on the wall to show all his enemies.
So yeah, they bring in dead Hawkeye and apparently dead Logan, and Logan reses and starts killing everyone, and then he decapitates Red Skull with Captain America's shield.
I think that's actually kind of awesome.
I thought it was weird though, because he's like, as he's fighting, like Red Skull keeps taunting him, and he's like, "Oh, what did we do to you? You can't even take out your claws anymore." But like, he's killing people with like other things.
Yeah.
And like, then you might as well take out your claws. That like at that point, because they want to save him taking out his claws for the last issue. But like, when he starts killing people, that's actually the big transition.
But
I would have liked to see him after dealing with everything come back and do this. Like,
yeah.
So you get that, like, pop the claws for his family, but then also, you know.
Pop the boner for his family. I'll save that joke the entire time. I'm trying to resist it, but I can't. Pop the boner. That's
Yeah, they specifically say pop your claws constantly, referring to his, which is a kind of weird, I don't know, phrasing.
Yeah. And the way Wolverine escapes the White House from all Red Skull's men is he takes Iron Man's old armor and flies out and flies all the way back to California. But it's still too late. Hulk's
He beats up
family
two
got bored.
people. Wait, are Silas and this other dude that find him, are they Marvel characters?
I have no idea who these guys
Because
are.
it seems like you'd be referencing, why would you spend 2 pages being like, Silas, look over here, and then Wolverine fights them to get away.
And they're like, this looks like real chromium. And I'm like, what is
yeah,
this?
like, why? Why do this?
But anyway, they're like, oh, your family's dead. Sorry. You know, violence is never the answer.
And then Logan's like, but I had 2 more weeks. And they're like, oh, I guess I got bored.
Yeah, they got bored as the reason to, like, kill his family. Which I was disappointed that Millar couldn't even stoop to not murdering his whole family.
Yeah, that's when I was like, fuck this book. If it ended with the fucking Red Skull fight, I would have thought it was okay. Here's where it gets fucking pure garbage.
This is just like pure, like, violent fan service.
Yeah.
It's so fucking edgy because all these fucking Hulk, like, redneck guys are in this bar and they're like, how come we couldn't have eaten the kids?
But I just don't understand. They're like, we have to send a message to Wolverine. Why? Why? Like,
It's because Hulk wants him to fight him.
No, but okay. So maybe you can justify it that way. But all the elder Hulks are like, he can kill them, and they must know this, right? And they're like, let's just eat his kids and see what happens.
Well, they're
like,
inbred idiot rednecks.
And he kills them very easily.
Can adamantium just go through Hulk skin like that?
Here's the thing. Hulk can Wolverine can't tear through the Hulk, but here's the thing. One of the reasons why Wolverine, like, even have it happen here, first after he kills all the Hulks, he goes to fight Banner, and Banner's an old man, and he cuts that Banner, rips him up. Then he turns into Hulk, and he's completely healed. Because you know what? Hulk has a fucking healing factor. That's why Hulk can't die either. And then he turns into Hulk, and then the Hulk literally eats Bruce Banner. The Hulk literally eats...
The Hulk eats Wolverine, not Bruce Banner.
Also, this Hulk is crazy. This Hulk is like King Kong. Like,
yeah, he's Wolverine alive, and he's also fucking giant. And then, like I said, it's fucking dumb because he's Wolverine, and Wolverine rips out of his stomach later on. Trying to be clever when it's not, because Hulk, again, has a healing factor. Why would he not heal from this?
Also, why would he eat Wolverine?
And then he has one final baby, Hulk baby, and I guess to show like this is an inspiring, emotional story, Hulk takes the baby to be his own son. Like, this is inspiring. Fuck him, Mike Millar, and all this. It's a garbage story, and he goes to raise Hulk Jr. as his own, and that's the end of the story. So, final thoughts.
Baby Hulk's pretty cute. That's my final thought.
He is pretty cute. I'll give him that.
Some cool things, mostly not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there were like 2 to 3 cool ideas in here, and then everything else was unfocused and all over the place, and like it kept trying to be so many different things that it was just trite in the end.
I rank it above Millar's indie stuff, but definitely far below his other Marvel and DC work.
I said this off mic, but I should say on the camera, on mic, whatever. The reason why this fucking made me so mad is the things that always make me so mad is the things I take for granted because so many fucking people say this is a fucking good story. Like, there's so many Wolverine ones I fucking love. This one's always the fucking one gets recommended to newcomers like fucking Ryan. And knowing this is the shit that gets recommended to newcomers when there's so much fucking better shit. This gets praised so much because he's so fucking mad. I'm sorry.
But you
you have to remember that fan service is something that fans do like. Even
Yeah,
though...
they do. That makes me so. I think that makes me more massive of all. Is that this is what gets fucking attention by fans. Like, you get what you fucking praise, fanboys, and this is why people don't respect comics.
If you want to read things like this, read Hulk's Future Imperfect or The End. They're way better and like same kind of ideas. Or just watch John Wick, which also rules.
Or watch Logan.
Yeah,
Logan's
Logan's
Or
really
watch
good.
Logan. I thought that was a given. Anybody else have anything else they want to add?
Don't eat kids.
Don't eat Wolverine.
Don't eat Wolverine. Moral of the story. So, thank you all for listening. Stay in continuity.